Welcome to another episode of Commercial Property Roadshow. You're here with Helen Tarrant, and today I'm actually going to show you one of the inspections that I did in Adelaide. So for some of you know, I've been down to Adelaide. I did a bit of a video talking about risk and locations, and we covered that off in a series. But today what I'm going to talk about is when you are going into a new town, right? What do you do when you're looking at the inspection? So for me, I always look at something that is the top of the market, so benchmarking. So this property is a 5% yielding property in an area that is really quite gentrified, quite upmarket. It is equivalent to maybe an Alexandria in Sydney or Paddington in Sydney. And look, if you're in Melbourne, it's probably more like your Toorak's, maybe your St Kilda's, that areas like that, where you've got beautiful area near so the location's really accessible to the city. It's got lots of good coffee shops around. The area's gentrified, someone's got your upper market white collar workers. You've got beautifully renovated properties. It's going for a yield of around 5%. So it's really sharp market yields. If you're in Brisbane, this is probably like a Fortitude Valley for you, or a Spring Hill, something just fringe but still nice and lovely, so people don't have the traffic of the city, but just lifestyle as well while they work. So this is a property that is around 5% yield, so I want to show you what that kind of property looks like. I always benchmark it, and then everything else I go and see properties that are 6%, 7%. So as part of this trip to Adelaide, we drove out to the equivalent of, say, the western suburbs of Sydney to have a look what properties are yielding there, so I can see. I always like to see one that's further out in a lower socioeconomic area. Then I want to see something in the city, and then I want to see something that is fringe city, and then I can benchmark it, and it helps me in the future when I'm looking at properties all around Adelaide to be able to benchmark one against the other. So I guess moving forward, have a look at this video, and then we'll talk after the video. So this is one property to one tenant.
Yes. So the tenant is Kojo, a nationally recognised tenant. They are Australasian in presence. They've just, I understand they just bought a business in New Zealand from what I was told.
Yep. So is it one building that's, or two buildings converged into one?
Convert to one, yep, correct. Yeah. If you'd use the handrail on the way down, please. Yep, thank you.
This is the secret lab of squirrels.
So this is storage and
We just left him there. Oh, bathroom. See, they got these funky toilet things.
Oh yeah.
Just you would have seen from where you're coming from.
Oh, wow.
So that's that car parking.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wow, okay. Very long times. Okay, so all of that is theirs?
Yes.
Right, so that's got nothing to do with that building there. Sprinkler control valve. Okay. Boardroom. We have known to lie on a boardroom before. That's staff breakout area. Staff sun tanning area. Oh, there's another car space.
Yeah, there's more car parking. Yep.
If you have enough speed, there's plenty of cars.
check to see if they've locked any of the previous owners in there?
Yeah.
The fact that you appreciate it is.
So now that you've seen this video, what do you think, firstly? Leave a comment below if you like it, if you don't like it. Do you think it's worth 5% yield? Well, the auction's coming up, so that remains to be seen. But what I do like about it is substantial. But one of the things that detracts from this is that how would you re-tenant that property if they left? So 7 years from now, this is a hard property to re-tenant. It's beautifully laid out, and it's probably going to be some kind of, if I was thinking some kind of a government type of tenant, community service tenants love this type of property. A kind of allied health would work, but it's too big for something that is going to be a medical center or allied health, for even for a dentist or something. It's just two upstairs, downstairs. It's not that even. So I would say more government NDIS type tenant, HR type tenant, maybe your IT, but it would be a hard property to re-tenant. So that actually puts the tenant in a much better negotiation when it comes to the lease. And I don't always like that. People are different. It doesn't mean you can't buy one property with one tenant. It's just sometimes when you're this specialized and this beautifully done out property, firstly, maintenance costs going forward for you, but also how could you repurpose that property? So is that a deal breaker? Maybe, maybe not, but maybe I need to make up for it by getting just a little bit more yield. For me, I don't know if I would pay 5% for that. Perhaps more like a 5.5. Trending towards your 6s will become more palatable and more attractive. So let's just see what happens.